Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Zero to Hero Season 3 finale. Zook will be joining us shortly. He's currently streaming over on Ponyplug. But tonight we're going to be recapping both of our horses, talking a little bit about some Zed news, and then we have two horses to give away. One from Zook, Z9 exclusive Zabo, so huge giveaway there. And then a new breed for myself off of Big Drip O Ruby, which will hopefully be a horse that's a little more exciting than Big Drip O Ruby. But we'll see. Either way, free horse going out. Two free horses tonight going out to someone. Darthside, thank you for popping in. Heroin, thank you for popping in. Sorry if my voice is a little off tonight. I spent the weekend watching my favorite soccer team outside of Futera United, Manchester City, play Bayern Munich in Lambeau, and I still have not recovered. So, cheers to water. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's hop in. We'll do the giveaways a little bit later. But yeah, let's start by talking about the horses. Zook should be here any minute. So we'll start with mine. Good old Big Drip. So one thing we talked about in episode 9 that I really liked was we did a deep dive into the classes of Big Drip and how overall there isn't much leeway, there isn't much give between how your horse is racing against its average competition, as outlined by my favorite triangle chart. Now, when we go up in class 3, you can see a lot of this drag becomes a lot more prominent. However, in class 4, which is about what we're averaging right here, 3.83. So this is what you're looking at. You can see how tight it is. So the horse is basically stuck. I can keep running freeze, but it becomes such a grind. And the fun with this horse just isn't quite there. So with the breed, with the giveaway later tonight, wanted to try and address some of those shortcomings of this horse. So hopefully the offspring is at least a little bit more fun for you. As you can see, the funnel distributions, we thought this would be kind of a mid sprint horse, and you can see that kind of play out here based off of, the mom and the dad. You can see that once it gets down into marathons, that performance really falls off. So not the end of the world, but definitely not our most successful season of Zero to Hero in terms of actual horse performance. But that's okay because that's what this is about. It's about trying to figure out, how to best run your horse and to also show you what the current state of racing is. Now, where did things go wrong with this horse? One, I really think comes down to two areas. The first being the breed itself. I bred in to a lot of ability with this horse. If we check out this horse on Haku right now, and you click on the family, you're going to see Perfect Stride. So Super Chic, the mom, my horse, the kind of finishes are kind of a little left leaning, but kind of all over the place. Definitely kind of favors mid and some extreme, the 2600. However, the father, Perfect Stride, definitely left leaning, but no variance. So none of these horses really had variance, although Perfect Stride, much more powerful. And you get some, distance here, but really it's sprint mid. So as a result, with Big Drip, we really kind of got that mid, but slightly left. Hates losing, just absolutely hates losing if you look at 11 and 12 over here. But definitely getting some of that kind of fire carrying over a little bit from Mom, but also a little bit from Dad as well. You can see only 26% fire in class 4. And we've talked about this on previous streams. This horse really should be racing class 5, ideally class 6, which brings me to the, hey, Houdini, how you doing? Thank you for popping in, which brings me to kind of my next point of where this went wrong. So first, the breed, not factoring in enough variance into the breed. Second, being how this horse was raced. So I made the choice rather, to race this horse in Discovery to try and win, to try and perform, to try and push. The series is all about education, and we have a big takeaway here, which, to some may be common sense, but what is your risk reward of trying to win or perform well in Discovery? If you're in Lucky Maiden, shout out to that going on right now, or you're in a normal maiden tourney, you might have to make that push because that's what you're trying to go for. And if you can afford to have, enough breeds to the point where financially it makes sense for you to do that and to take that risk, then that's great. More power to you. But if you have a horse that isn't necessarily a great breed, or wanting to, you're unsure of kind of the quality, you really, really have to pump the brakes on discovery. So look at the mother, look at the father, look at their distance preferences. Ideally, you try and match those up or get some sort of alignment there. So you should have a general idea of where they should not be racing. And if you are unsure of your horse's performance, you don't think you have a monster, that's where I would race it, in the opposite distance funnel of where you expect performance. Houdini says, been wanting to have a Zed streamer to learn from, so I'm glad I found you. Thank you so much, Houdini. I appreciate that a lot. Drop me a follow on Twitter if you're not already. My DMs are open. Happy to talk anytime if you have any questions. Welcome to the stream. Yes, mjinformatics.com. That's what we're on right now. I will drop it in. Thank you for the plug there, Darthside. Appreciate that a lot. Very cool giveaway the other night, Darthside. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Darthside, also give him a follow. Great streamer, great guy, very generous with the whole community. Let's see, notifications just popping off here. So, two places that this horse kind of went wrong, went off the rails. One would be the breed, a tighter alignment and a little more variance. And then two, discovery. So, got to race discovery in a place that's going to set me up for success long term, because I know it's only 10 races, but that's really going to do a lot to dictate how your horse will be running over time and set you up. So sure, you know what? I might have placed in class 5, probably not 6. But if I had raced discovery properly, but I might not have lasted there. But at least I would have had something in that to at least maybe get breed back, have a better chance in tournament, something. I think there's a little more longevity there than in discovery. That's just my personal take right now. We'll wait for Zook to pop in before we start talking about his horse. So speaking of then breeding and kind of what went wrong, one of the horses that's being given away tonight is this unnamed, unraced, recently bred as of today horse. It's a Z21 exclusive Buterin filly, so you get to keep the offspring. So if you're a newer stable, younger stable, very cool, and that this can help you grow your stable. Coat color is Cinnabar. That being said, I'm not expecting this, to just full disclosure, not to necessarily be a monster. Part of what I like to do for Zero to Hero is breed with horses that are featured on that show. So I bred Big Drip, who was featured on the show for myself, along with Magic Hurricane. So why did I make that choice? Why did I go that route? Well, if we look at, so it's you got Sprinter and Breed 2.0. Farhat, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Newest point, I plan a down class for at 1,000, but do you think 24, 26 is better? We'll definitely take a look at that Darthside in a minute here for sure. Farhat, first timer, big supporter of the show. So happy you're here. Clown, happy to have you here as well. Everyone's coming on. Let's go. So Magic Hurricane is Z8 Buterin Genesis. Yes, I know it's not, Z1, Z2. That's why we're getting the Z21. But you can see it has some mid-distance and sprinter preference, much like Big Drip did, and kind of like both Super Chic and Perfect Stride did. Perfect Stride did. So as a result, in kind of looking at Magic Hurricane on my site, you can see that this horse, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see the sprint funnel finishes. That both in sprint and mid, this has variance. That was a missing piece of the previous breed. Now, is variance guaranteed to pass down? No. But I felt, to have any sort of chance of success, had to inject something in there to try and improve the chance of, again, being able to move down more, being able to move more. And also another thing that I liked about this was that the average class was higher, 2.57 versus 3.83 with Big Drip. So kind of, again, moving up, adding some variance into the equation, fingers crossed, hopefully, not guaranteed, but hopefully. And you can see it's got some great, even up in class 2, it has some really nice sprint and even some mid fire, which is, again, a pretty solid indicator. And you can see the variance here. It still actually has variance at marathon, but it's more into the negative side. So I thought this was kind of an appealing breed. And also, realistically, if you have a horse that is not performing super well, like Big Drip, injecting just a high dollar value breed into it, just on paper, A plus B, Big Drip plus high dollar breed isn't necessarily going to be a good fit. So I saw signs here that I thought were a pretty good fit for the horse. Hopefully, it goes to someone new or who doesn't have many horses. You'll get the chance to name it, go through Discovery, go through the Griffin race. And again, one thing we learned, be mindful of your Discovery races. So if I were to be racing, no, Ty, Brett Smith has not made an appearance. Welcome, though. Happy you're here. So, one thing, again, taking the learnings from this season, I would want to race this. If I was racing this, I would race this in marathons in Discovery. Griffin, I might kind of mess around just to kind of see what's up. But again, be somewhat selectful of your races. Don't race against super low Zs. It's Z21. And try and go for marathon distances. That's how I would race this horse basically blind without looking at it. And then over time, in a few days, get some of those races in, but go ahead and pop back to the site, check out how it's doing. And let me check something quick and see if that aligns. Houdini, I thank you for the follow on Twitch. Just got that notification. Thank you for we also got a $5 tip from Holodeck. Starside, is that you? Thank you so much. Thorpe, what's going on? Hillside. We got Pony Plug. Thank you for the rate of 33. Right with Griffey, since it's all 268s. Oh, also very good point, Ty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing, man? So another thing, again, like the ecosystem. And that's a really good point that Ty brings up is right now, if there are 268s and Griffins, you're probably going to perform better than you would normally. So maybe you wait a little bit to race it. But also think about the day that you're racing too. What dailies are up? What is the motivation of the ecosystem in what they are trying to accomplish? If you have a new, unexpected, how the horse is going to perform horse, you got to factor that in because those little differences make a big deal for these types of horses. It's not an elite tier horse. It's not a great horse. It's a undiscovered, probably middling horse. So you have to be super, super selective, not just against the competition, but for the day of the week. So let's see. Darkside, while we wait for Zoo to come on, let's look at Miss Martian. I believe you had asked for that quick review. We'll have time. We'll pop in one quick review. And hopefully we'll get Zook on here and we can start talking about his horse, how his horse ended up. Oh, let me just do a quick refresh. How's everyone doing tonight? How's that Pony Plug stream? Thank you all who came over. Appreciate it. All right, let's go. Okay, is it Martian or Miss Martian? Dark side. And I believe, Dark side, you asked about Legend. Legend will be back. This is done through StreamYard right now, and it doesn't show it on there. But when I switch back to my normal overlay, Legend status will be there. I'm also working on trying to get the breed back because again, I want to try and provide some sort of value for those that are willing to contribute to the stream. I try and keep the stream free, no subs, nothing like that. So that allows me to stream on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube simultaneously live. And keep in mind, too, for the giveaway that is happening later tonight, one, no donation is required, no likes, no retweets, none of that. All you have to do is be on stream. So twitch.tv/x MJ_gaming_X. Pop in there, and then we'll have a word for you to enter. Reed, you do not have to. If you want to, it's fine, but you don't have to. Looks like Miss Martian may be a little too new. Let's see if I can pull up. Let's pull up Miss Martian up here and see what we got to our side. Oh, no, it's got a bunch of races. One of my filters may be off. Sorry, so if we've got Miss Martian here, and you were looking at like 10, 12, 26. So if we run filters and apply. Okay, so yeah, 26 looks like, decent performing there. If we change the filter, if we we'll go 10, 12, we'll combo it. Oh yeah. I mean, that's solid. If you want to kind of split that, and I'm just shift clicking here for these filters. 19958. Yeah, I like 1,000 better than 1,200. Just eyeballing it right now. That should be updated within a day or two on my site, Dark Side. And then you can see that breakdown there. Perfect. No worries there at all. Here he is. He's here. Well, let's get some lights on. There he is.
What up? What up? How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you?
Good. I don't know if you caught the race earlier, but Dang Phantom came in third. So, like the big money race. So it was a good day. We got that double up. The thing that I like most about it is we got it 80% staked. So we only put up 20% of the 5,000. And like community members and friends, like in the community, put up the other 80%. So a lot of people made money. I think we had like 10 backers from big stables like Archibald and Keith to like small stables that like gave me like slivered it up. We sliced it up smaller for them so they can get interested. But no, it's cool. The more ways that people can make money in this game by putting in money and not having to own an asset is big. And staking is very, very important for the future of this game. I believe it. And I think I wasn't the only one that a lot of people got their horses for these big entry staked. And the camaraderie that's built behind, I'm talking to people, mentioning it's for like a race. These people are genuinely, quote unquote, own the horse. It's really cool. And I think an important use case of the token going forward with staking.
I like that. Like a fractionalization. Almost?
Exactly. Like imagine if in the future, like say like for like a 5,000 race, it was the equivalent of like 100 Z tokens. It's like, here's a 100 Z token race. So you can put it into the race or you can queue it in this other section where like you put up 50 of the tokens and like there's a whole section of horses that the owners are willing to let run in the race, but they don't want to put all the money up. And whichever one fills by the community stakes gets automatically put into the race. And I think that's like such an easy and cool use case of the Z token at first.
Yeah, I agree. That's really cool. I like that a lot. That's fun. And it creates a really cool sense of community.
I love it.
To your point.
Like I had 10 people that for the past few days, I've just been like talking with them. They've been like, some people were more nervous than me. And like, to be honest, it's because I own like the same percent as them. Like there was some, because like I don't own all of Dang Phantoms. When you take like 20% of like what we kept in house and like what I personally own, like there was tons of people that were like more invested, quote unquote, in this race than I was. So to see them like how nervous they were before and to see their reaction afterwards and then messaging me like how exciting they were. Like if you gave me $500 for this race, we basically returned you, I think like $450. and like there was people saying that like that was like their P&L for like since they started this game. So for them to be able to like make it their whole
Huge.
stable earnings like in one race, like in a
Yeah.
world where like they don't have the type of horses that they could ever have done that. For them to use 500, it would be like 50. It would be like $105 races grinding away.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really fun. It's really cool, and I hope those people can expedite the process of building their stable where they're then the horses that I'm staking in them in the future. So it's fun. It was a lot of
Love
fun,
that.
and I was really happy with the outcome of it. I forget. I think like a freak, a Z2 legendary one ended up winning the race, and if you use ZSIM, it ended up being the favorite. So the race pretty much ran chalk based on the odds, but no, it was fun, a lot of fun, and a lot because of the fact that a lot of people staked their horses. It ended up being a lot more people than just 12, quote unquote, had a horse in the race, which is what Zed wants, I guess.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Yeah. Lending and Zed token functionality like that can't come soon enough, right, my friend?
Oh my gosh. Not soon enough at all. Yeah, imagine like we've talked about this before, but like the bar scenario, going to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I don't have a horse, but I can buy, a stake in the horse.
Ugh. Dude, like Zed has like a race is going on at the bar, and then it literally says like up next with like the 12 names of horses. Like you just go on the Zed app.
Yeah.
Like people that now builds content for people because now there's like people that have to like write like what's going on with these horses. So you get outside people to like decide that grows you a following. If people start staking on horses because of your prediction, now you're getting followers. Like it really creates this crazy ecosystem where it slowly starts mimicking in real life horse racing. Because again, I'm not. Does staking fit? Like I think because no one is sure if staking is gambling, that's kind of the route they're trying to go. Because we know gambling is gambling, we're not
Yeah.
sure if staking is gambling, and I don't think anybody knows yet. Do you have any?
I have
Like,
no
knowledge
idea.
of that?
I am not qualified at all to speak to that whatsoever. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. This was just a sneak tidbit, and again, another thing with fractionalization means that you can probably get more entry fees because I know from staking Dank Phantom, if it was a $10,000 entry fee, I probably would have been able to get it also. So I probably would have been able to get people to want to give that. So obviously, when
Yeah.
these things can be fractionalized, they can do $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 entries, and the bigger the entry, the bigger the event, the more they can hype it up. So it becomes a circular, closed economy of them doing things that actually provides value to the assets, which is what we're kind of all hoping that all decisions they make do. So it was fun. It was exciting. I think a lot of people had fun with it today. So a good
Sweet.
day on Novus Earth, some would say.
Love it. Love it. Oh geez, here we go. Is staking gambling had me flashing back to as a bus a ship? Everyone's favorite Zed run question. Taco, how you doing? Welcome.
Is
a train
is
a
a
bus?
is a truck a bus?
Is a truck a bus? That's what it was.
Is a truck a bus? Yeah.
Imagine if that was built into Zed as simple as breeding. That's the dream. That is the dream. All right, so welcome. Do you have a water for the night? I've got my liquid death. Let's go.
Sparkling water lime from Wegmans.
You're a big Wegmans stan.
Big Wegmans guy. I go to Wegmans all the time. I eat at Wegmans a lot. Like for dinner, they have a great food court at Wegmans that me and my fiance go to a lot.
Nice. That's fun. Yeah. So how did this? We're at the finale now, season 3 finale. And I just got done. I'll kind of do a recap of my horse and the shortcomings and where I think things went wrong. Then I'd love to hear your thoughts on the season, performance, goals. So for my horse, again, nothing new. I'm in class 4 purgatory. Locked in, can't go down. We talked about that a little bit last week, and can go up and can go back down from up, but kind of my floor right now is basically class 4. And two reasons why I think that is. And so we talked a little bit about the breed itself, Perfect Stride. Super Chic is kind of all over the place, but kind of like mid-ish sprint. And then Perfect Stride has just a lot of ability to it, but not much variance. And so I think having that breed without much variance in it really negatively affected Big Drip's performance. Then on top of that, the second thing was making the decision in the discovery to try and go for points, go for a win, try to be successful, and that it sped up the inevitable. If I had raced in marathons during discovery, I probably could have started in class 5.
Yeah,
And
we talked
then
about that. Yeah,
that might have given me a little bit of a runway. I'm sure I would have hit a class 4 eventually. But if I could then time races right just to take that advantage of the horse right away, see if I can get anything from it, that could have been something that would have maybe led to a little bit more success.
I agree.
At least superficially from a stat standpoint.
No, I agree.
And so in kind of we'll talk about, I guess, my giveaway later, but those are kind of my big two takeaways. Now, while it wasn't a true success, and other times we've had, profitable horses on 0 to Hero. We've had horses that, we had great success from win percent standpoint. This one wasn't either, but I think it was a really good lesson talking about, just the state of breeding, the state of the game, the class system as well. I think we had some really nice conversations around that. So that being said, recap of my horse. What are your thoughts on Phantom Agent and how that all went down this season?
Look, it's not a racer. It's gonna make money because of the breeding aspect of this game. If you take into account what we spent, because it was bred in house, we spent about 0.07. It's about exactly even racing, and breeding wise, it's brought in like 0.06. So it's basically about even in terms of fees. Like, it's a legendary that will probably stud out. And if we put it minimum or close to minimum, maybe like, 0.1 something, like 0.13, 0.14, 0.15, it'll get hit, all of its times that by the time it uses its 36 bullets or whatever legendary gets, it'll make a decent amount of money. Like, let's say we make 0.06 on another 33 things. That's about 2 ETH. If it's 33 times 0.06, I think, yeah, that's almost exactly 2 ETH that we would make of actual earnings. That's fees we would make on, again, a horse that cost 0.07. That would only take 1 year. That ROI, because that would only take 1 year if it got hit every single time. The math checks out in my head. So that ROI is incredible. 0.07 to make 2 ETH without having to do any work except click a button to put it into stud once a month. Like, that's the dream. That's actually the dream, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's perfect.
Because what you do is like that and then you worry about salvage value. So you spent 0.07, you made 2 ETH, it's now fully decayed. It's like, how much is this horse now worth to sell to someone who, like, this may be, a better horse for them for gameplay. And then, you don't have to worry about, getting every single nickel and dime out of it because you've made the 2 ETH. And second off, it's already decayed, so no one can take your good blood and breed it out. They just get this horse. So,
right.
This horse is now turned into that, which is okay, which is all right. Like we've said, like, if you're building up a stable, you hope to have a lot of horses that, make you good money on the track. It's okay if some are just going to make you money by logging on and putting into stud once a month. They may not make you the crazy amounts. They may not be the horses that your stable are known for. But a lot of times these will be the horses that make you the money that you then, follow Zed stud snipers. When a horse comes up that you like and you buy, you're paying for that using money from all of these horses that you've studded out over the months. So you need horses like this for the foundation of your stable that you can just put in at least at minimum and get it hit. So I would say success. But then again, it goes into the question, or not a question, but the statement of why breeding 2.0 is kind of nice. What I just said is value that this horse had before it even raced and we started the show, right? If you're just
Yeah.
buying it for the blood. So it's kind of nice that, breeding 2.0 gives certain horses high floors if you put good inputs in for an output. So from that standpoint, it's success, but built off a success that it probably earned even before, the show probably began. So I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with this horse.
I would be too. It's like you said, the blood is huge. Like that is your long time, like your best long term value in a horse, in my opinion. Because racing,
Get lapped.
you can get lapped, but it's also like it's a grind. Where breeding is, you have to click to enter the stud barn, but it's a lot more passive, a lot less time commitment. And that value, like to make, off of a single breeding cycle, what you would make in a race, like that's, even if you'd make more from racing, odds are the percentage of what you make from the breed is going to be super, super high for the time that you put in. So
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's that is exciting. It's, you've kind of got a nice little breeding is your EV lock in Zed.
Yeah. And running with the theme of this show that, we're trying to show, how moves that like anybody can make regardless. I'll take a step back and I will say, hey, look, like I do know that, this is two Z1s, it's Phantom Pacer and Ambassador. Not everyone can do that. Okay. But I hope, an extreme example like this does show that, there is the value in good blood in general and how it can raise the floor and how we're saying that there was really no pressure on this horse to perform on the track because its inputs are so good. And what we've learned about breeding 2.0 is already carried a salvage value due to how breeding works that was already going to be higher than the cost. So no matter whatever happened on the track, we were going to make at least cost back plus a ton more because of how breeding 2.0 works. So that's why, when you see some of these higher studs that are going for like 0.25, going for 0.5, and you're like, I don't know if I can make that back on the track, and you're doing the math. Remember the other side. Remember the breeding side. Remember if it's a legendary, how many those have. It's an exclusive. I think it has 27. It's not as crazy as you think to make back some of these higher stud fees if you play the game the right way.
What in your mind is kind of that drop off of, like, let's say I've got a horse like Big Drip and I breed with, just for the sake of simplicity here, Phantom Pacer, or I breed with Ambassador, either one of them. And let's say there's alignment with distance preference and all of that.
Yeah.
What is my stud value comparison? Like, is there because this is two Z1s, and that's like
good
that's
value,
high across.
good value.
Like, is that still going to hit? I think, long term, to your point, you'd still make that back. I think it's just a little slower.
It will be a little slower, but like, and I'm even more concerned. Like, I'm even a conservative person when saying this, and there's more people that would say like even more so than me. But like, people think like hitting any Genesis is worth it. So like I think that yeah, definitely. I think if you hit your horse with Phantom Pacer, Phantom Pacer is one of the highest, is an outlier because and for good reason, it's one of the highest studs. So 1.5 is an interesting one. Let's talk 1 ETH. Even 1.5, you would get a legendary, you would get 36. You would have to make 0.05. You'd have to go for it would be tough. It would be tougher to break even if you made nothing on the track. If you spent 1.5 on
Yeah.
36 breeds. Let me do that math in the calculator real quick. 1.5 divided by 36. You would need to make 0.04, which if that was 56%, you would have to stud it out at an average of 0.074. I think you can make that with what exact Z number is Big Drip again? Is it 9 or 10?
Z11.
Wait,
Big Drip
why did
is
I think it was a Janet? Yo, I'm sorry.
Big Drip is yeah.
Big
No,
Drip,
you're
you
good.
hit
You're
with
good.
perfect. You hit with the
Perfect
Z7.
stride and soup.
You hit with the Z9 and
Z12.
Z4.
Yeah,
The
C13. There we go.
Z13.
Math.
Yeah. Okay. No, I take that back. I take that back. 1.5 divided by 27, you would have to, let me see, 0.15
And then yeah, then
divided
it's
by
what
27 divided
exclusive.
by 0.56. You'd have to start it out for about 0.1. Could you make 0.1 off a Z14 exclusive with Phantom Pacer blood?
I don't think so. I think that's tough. I really think
It's
that's tough.
it's tough, but it's not a right like I'm gonna say no with the knowledge we could be wrong.
Yeah.
We're both saying it's tough, but like it could also, But like if that no, let's say that number becomes one, that's basically 2/3, so it's like closer to point. You think you can make it if you started it out for like 0.07, 0.065?
I at a a Z14 exclusive Buterin, I
With a
still think that's
direct
tough. Just
parent,
like
being a direct parent is nice though. Like people will look at the chart and see that and kind of be like, oh, it's a Phantom Pacer baby, or oh, it's a this baby. So like being a direct descendant, I feel does actually
yeah,
carry like a nice value regardless of what the number is. But yeah,
I'd name it
point one
Phantom
is tough.
something
Point
just
one
to
is
show
tough.
that.
Yeah. Point one
Yeah,
is
because
tough.
like the general market says no, but to your point, I think like there's a slight premium on that. So I think it's like somewhere in the middle. But like either way, like I guess the point is not to come up with that firm answer. It would be nice to have,
Yeah, I
but
guess.
these are
Yeah.
the types of conversations and like exercises that people should be thinking about with their breeds. What we just walked through.
Yeah. Oh
And does
yeah.
that make sense to them? Like always be thinking through that.
Legit. That's why this is every and it's why I think some people including myself we're so passionate and maybe say some negative things when we feel like negative things are happening in the Z game is like a lot of us did the double bad, which was get over leveraged plus get over leveraged in on investments where we didn't do calculations at the beginning of like what our ROI was. Like legit what you said, like walk through it step by step. Don't like arbitrarily just think like, oh, this horse is probably valued at like 0.6 breeding and it's in for 0.6. I'm going to hit it. Like, do the math. What horse would you breed? If it's a boy, how much decay do you get with that? Divide that. You get 56% of that. Legit the math I did and be like, hey, can I get that? How much how much would I have to win racing if I wanted to start it out at this point to come out positive? The math is there. The math is there to figure it out. And with the market, the way that the horse market, the way it is, and when I say that, I mean saturated with cheap stuff, calculations are out there for you to make some money if you do the math. And, too quite often we're just like sort of comfortable with numbers like, oh, it should be worth 0.5. Oh, okay, the other one went for 0.7 and this one's going for 0.6, so I'll hit this one. But, maybe neither
Right.
numbers even make sense. So, just figure out the math and run some numbers before you go out and spend some money on this stuff.
So Heroin brought up an interesting horse, Super Phantom, parents of Phantom Pacer and Sarah
Connor,
Connor.
yeah.
Sienna Supercoat, sick.
Yeah, it is.
And
Beautiful.
the okay, like looking all right, okay. And then if we go down to Grand Phantom from Super Phantom, who we just looked up, Sarah Connor and Phantom Pacer, or sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. Yeah, Phantom Pacer and Sarah Connor. I was right. And then Shiny Grandeur on the other side, which is look at Family, Shimmer, and Grandeur.
Ooh.
So like all those things compounding into a Z5 is definitely not super chic. Is wild. Yeah, right here, Grand Phantom. So heroin, that's a beautiful line. How? First of all, let's feed the horse. Nice mayonnaise and is quite full.
Oh wow, yeah, that's punny.
That's quite punny. And so I guess how long have you had it up at 3? I don't think it has. It does have some offspring. What has breeding like been for it? Are you keeping it in house? But yeah, crazy,
Yes, I can
crazy
already
looking
tell you the
horse.
answer. Yes. Phantom
It
Pacer
looks like
blood,
it.
you have a better chance of breaking out the Constitution from whatever building it finds itself in right now than getting your hands on Phantom Pacer blood if you're not on the inside. So I feel very confident saying this is bred in house.
And I would say that this also commands, definitely would command a higher premium. It's
Oh
a
yeah.
Z5, it's
Oh
a
yeah.
knock, solid blood throughout. Whereas with our example, that was, we'll just call it all muddied blood with, and then butyrine and Z20 plus. Very, very different. Um, and yeah, that's the thing too. AC Wolf says it's not just decay, you can't breed anymore. We don't know how bad decay is. So that will be a whole nother discovery point when that time comes. Talking about breeding in general, though, let's talk about our giveaways tonight.
Oh, true. Yeah, Wolf, you're right.
So for mine, I bred Big Drip with a horse, Magic Hurricane. So throwing a Genesis in, but I chose this one specifically for a few reasons. So it has mid distance and sprinter distance preference, which we kind of identified for Super Chic, had a little bit of that. Perfect Stride had a little bit of that. And Big Drip has a little bit of that. But what I like with Magic Hurricane is the fact that this horse, and of course it just went away, but the variance that this horse had at mid and at sprint was pretty solid. And then at marathon, it was very much right leaning, some variants, but more right leaning variants. So we kind of talked about, we had kind of a mix with Super Chic. We had high ability with Perfect Stride.
Yeah.
The missing piece is variance. It's not a guarantee to hit, but it's something. So that's kind of why I went with that breed in hopes of, and it was also had an average class rate. There we go. We're right back here. You can see the variance kind of aligns much more with Big Drip, and it has a much higher average class that it's racing in. So hopefully a little bit more ability, a little bit more variance in a perfect world. Will it hit? To be determined. I wouldn't say it's great odds, but it's
There
it's not
are
going to be a
odds.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There
not
are
going to be
odds
a monster by
available.
any means.
Yeah.
But if you could be a little bit more functional in class 4 or have the chance of getting out of it at least, it could be kind of exciting, especially if you're a newer stable. And then you also so generously contributed a horse as well, Wanda Venus. I love the name.
Wait. Did someone buy that off me?
Did it? Oh yeah, it says Verky Breeding. Because this is the one you linked earlier, correct?
No. You're. I'm in the wrong. You're completely right. Let me just check this.
Okay.
I think when you posted it, someone might have bought it, and I thought that was going to happen.
No.
Oh no, it sold a month ago. Here, I have something better for the chat.
All right. We got a new one coming in. Hit me on Twitter.
Oh, my bid for Blood Duchess for 0.05 got rejected. That sucks. Let's see. Oh, this horse is kind of.
We are up to 1,300 impressions on Twitter stream right now. So thank you, everyone who stopped by to say hi on Twitter. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this.
Okay, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the horse Little Mint.
Little Mint. Sorry, just some.
It's a slate gray, super rare Z10 Zabo exclusive filly. 13% win rate and 44 free races.
C10
better than
Zabo
one
exclusive
unit.
Philly. Also, okay, so Philly again, both are Philly. Slate gray, love the slate gray. Very nice. Look at that. That's
Yeah,
going to be a great horse.
marathon DP. So
Yeah,
definitely, it's not going to be a killer. You'll probably qualify for some tournaments who even knows. But look, it pulled free. It pulled like flames and one in some marathons. And this like I give up
yeah,
on
in class
horses
two.
so quick because I'm lazy as hell. Like this could genuinely be a good horse at C2, and you can make some money off this. Yeah, no, and it has a good. Oh, this is a good horse. This is a good horse. Um,
My Little
Little Mint's a
Pony.
good daddy that I put with this.
Nice.
And yeah, breed it if you have it. Breed it with Marathon, and you should produce something good from it. So,
I love it.
um,
I love it.
yeah,
Very cool. Thank you so much. And again, big shout out to you for
we
donating a
almost
horse.
we almost sold a horse that I don't even own. That guy would have been pissed.
So we will go ahead, start the first giveaway. All you have to do is type the word Z-E-D in chat, and you will be entered to win. You must be on Twitch, twitch.tv/xmj_gaming X. And there we go. People are starting to fill it out. Perfect. Reed, of course, with the Des. We got some first timers in here. Thank you for popping in. So yeah, so this is for my horse, the unnamed, unraced offspring of Magic Hurricane Big Drip. So hopefully you get something kind of like Big Drip, but with some variants to have some fun with. We will run this in. We'll give people a little bit more time to get in. Here's the wallet address to send it. So full gone.
Yeah. Yo, we used to do that back in the day. Like if one person didn't show up for a stream, but
Yeah.
one of the other person had like their horses in like one of our wallets, we would just freaking like Stanley would come back and like we would have given away like 4 of his horses. He'd be like, "What the fuck just happened?" But yeah,
Houdini, no exclamation point needed. Coliseum, no exclamation point needed. Just type in Z. Caps don't matter. No exclamation point. Just type in the word. It'll give you all a few more minutes to get that in. First timers, Zane, Yard Goat, Cayuse, Rishi. Thank you so much for popping in. Perfect. There you go, Zane. Perfect. Major Pivot. Welcome to the stream.
let's go.
Lots of new names here. Love to see it. Perfect. There you go, Houdini. All right, we'll go ahead. We're going to roll this, and we will see who gets the unnamed, unraced horse. Houdini!
Let's go.
Congratulations. Houdini. First timer, excited to join the stream. Welcome. How many horses do you have, Houdini? Ooh. Let us know. Houdini, send me your wallet addy on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord. My DMs are open on Twitter. It's the same handle. It's xmj_gaming_x. Congratulations, Houdini. Perfect. I've got your Twitch up. I'll drop you a follow. Perfect. There we go. Congratulations. All right, and now let's run our second one right now, shall we?
Let's do it.
Currently 0 horses, just getting started. Let's fucking go.
I love that.
Jets.
That's awesome.
Yes. Hell yes. That just made my whole night. So yeah, send me your wallet address, Houdini, and I will get this horse over to you tonight.
It's good. That's a filly. That's dope.
Yes. Awesome. And then for Zooks, let's type the word mint in chat. Unless you got a different one.
No, I like that. All
right.
The dad and the baby have mint in it.
I love it. So yeah, chat, just start typing mint and you are eligible.
No, the dad is good. Little Mint is a good horse. Like I truly mean it when there's no one that's lazier because I don't understand the value of money than me. Because I've been spoiled my whole life. So, um, like Little Mint, I think is actually like a pretty grindable horse, at least in free tournaments. Where the thing is, I didn't stress the down too much, and I don't think it down too easily at first. But it's gonna perform at C2 marathons. It's just can you keep it in C2? But I think if you can do that, which I started downing it a little bit and got it to 1582, you can be okay with this horse. We saw it flames and wins back to back at 24, 26 and C2. So um, it's a usable horse. I've given away many horses in giveaways that I knew when I was giving them out. Like these horses were probably nothing, and I was just giving out stuff. This is not that. This is a horse that I think someone can get it. And one, from a racing standpoint, it's good. Two, I lined up DP with good horses and breeding 2.0. That's similarly to what we just said. This horse, I think, has a breeding floor where, like, if you pump marathon DP into this horse, you're going to get a good marathon baby. Who knows how good, but there is a floor breeding wise with this horse because of the success and DP of the parents.
And you've got a Z10 out of it too, so it's like plenty of
Slate
room
Gray.
to
Super rare. I'm not a coat guy, but some guys are coat people, so a lot of people love Slate Gray. So yeah, it has a lot of like you're saying, the other things that could potentially become important, like the Z10, the Zabo, the exclusive, the Slate Gray portion of it. Again, we're not sitting here saying we're giving anyone the key to unlocking their next great stable, but definitely you're getting two people are getting their hands on two very usable horses in the game as the game is currently constructed. And if you get these horses and have any questions about them, reach out to us and we'll tell you if we had plans with them, what we would do, or like MJ bred it specifically for this, he would tell you what he would do with this horse, if he held on to it. And you can either decide to take the advice or, not. But always feel free to reach out with any giveaway horses because, we did breed them for a reason. So we probably have some insight into what we were planning on doing with them in the future.
Yeah, I would race my horse in marathons for discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Again, wait till the Z268 dust clears.
Yeah.
Wait until kind of competition gets back to normal a little bit. Then I would start racing it. So I know you might be getting it soon, Houdini, but I'd hold on a little bit, hold out, and then run it in marathons. It's going to perform poorly, but that's kind of what you want. The website is not on the. Oh, okay. 413167. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's draw.
If Heroin wins, I'm not sending it to him.
The Little Mint. And then we'll pull that up. Heroin. I got you. I got the link. All right. So, yes, we are now going to pick our Little Mint winner, chat. Here we go. Last few seconds to get in. And the winner is rolling it. 3, 2, 1. Ty 5202.
He commented he's gonna run all my horses when lending's open. There you go.
Yeah, Ty, love Ty. Big fan of Ty. Ty's a big supporter of the stream. Yeah. Congrats to Ty.
Let's go.
Heroin says give this horse out too. A third horse giveaway. Let's go, chat.
Oh, let's go.
Heroin. I have no voice. Oh, I was at a soccer game all weekend.
Oh, what game?
Man City Bayern.
Oh, Holland scored.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Man City fan, not bandwagon Fairweather, but I do claim them as my team.
All right, let's go. I've been a Man City fan for a very long time.
I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen.
There you go. There you go.
That's so funny.
I'd love to hear it. I'll send you some pictures and maybe video if I have it.
That's dope.
It's not too incriminating. But all right, so big shout out Heroin. Giving away this horse on stream. Give this out to Heroin, OG, longtime supporter, great member of the community. Z18 Buterin, a legendary colt. Let's give a big shout out. Show some love, chat, for Heroin. Please give him a follow. Great guy. He just said Manu all the way. I take back every single nice thing I
Oh
ever said
God.
about him. This horse is going to be absolute trash. I hope you just send it to a burn address when you get it. Just kidding. Still love you, Heroin. So Ty, send your Addy to Zook. He really is. Heroin is incredible. So chat, let's type Heroin, Heroin, in chat, and you'll be entered to win this Z18 Buterin Legendary. All right. Very exciting stuff. So Z18 Buterin Legendary, unnamed, unraced, can breed now and maybe in 17 days. Absolutely perfect and bonus slice to Z9 Genesis. And all right. So, okay, pretty much unraced. 2 races, 1 paid. Looks like some fire in 1,000 for the mom. And then if we look at bonus slice, it is okay, good. Entries are coming in. 13% win, 12% paid win, 30 show. Look at that variance, chat. You got to have some of that in a breed. Very cool. Very exciting. Heroin, thank you so much. Reed loves typing names in incorrectly. Not surprised there, but very exciting. Yeah, look at this horse. And again, the mom had some flames in 1,000, only 2 races, but you've got some here. So you could think maybe there's some DP. Oh, this was racing back in the time of odds. Very nice odds, sub 10 and variance. Oh, chat. This is going to be a super fun horse for someone. Heroin, thank you so much for doing this.
Bonus slice is nice.
Yeah.
I didn't see the name. We were going through the stats and I didn't catch the name up first. Bonus, yeah, we've looked at bonus slice enough. Everyone knows, we own Dank Phantom together, so we've done a bunch of horses together. And bonus slice is always one that, is mentioned as one we're going to eventually hit. No, this is a good giveaway.
Yeah, this is a really good giveaway. So chat, we'll keep this open. Again, if you want to enter, you need to be on Twitch, twitch.tv/xmj_gaming X. Type in Heroin, Heroin. Yes, this is not a donkey. Thank you so much, Heroin, for being here, for contributing this. Really appreciate you doing this. This is so nice. And you get to another one you get to name. Z18, Buterin Legendary. Let's go. So you might want to name this one something with bonus or slice in it as a way of saying, hey, it's got that blood. All right, we will give this horse away. Chat, thank you so much, Heroin. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Debo! Congrats to Debo.
I saw Debo.
Debo, please get your wallet Addy to Heroin, and he will send the horse. Congratulations, Debo.
Yeah, Ty,
big win.
I got your wallet, Ty, so I'm just going into my MetaMask and sending you the horse now. But yep, came through.
Sweet. All right. Well, we've given away 3 horses tonight. We wrapped up 0 to Hero. You, I think, had a very successful season with your horse. You're set up to be good for EV.
Yeah, we learned that, realistically, it's just a horse that's not going to run. It's going to be a breeder for us. And, the length of this show, we tested it. Like it's tested. Like it's a breeder. It's a breeder. And like you said, if it's a success, that's not a failure. It's not a failure to find out what it's good at and stick to that and stop doing what it's not so good at. That's nothing but a success. So, yep, I would echo and agree that for me and my stable and, the horse itself and the breed, it was a successful combination.
Yeah, I very cool, very fun to watch, very fun to, talk it through as the weeks went on to see kind of where things were at. My end, not a success from a performance standpoint by any means. But definitely, a lot learned, and I think came out and did what we wanted to do, which was showcase the state of the game. Not
Yeah.
everyone can breed super high. Not everyone hits the jackpot. It's I want to try and paint a real picture of what it looks like and identify some things that maybe I could have done better for the future, for anyone else that's watching this, to hopefully not repeat those same mistakes. Can we give a starter horse to a new stable only? I would love to do that. It's hard to police that hillside. So I don't know if you're implying you have something you'd want to give away, but I can't guarantee that it's a new stable,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
let me go make him. I'm just gonna make a MetaMask real quick, and
Yeah, right. um, but yeah, no, I love it,
I
and
wish
I
there was a way
appreciate
to
it
ensure
nonetheless.
that because those are great.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we have here we go. I'm new.
yeah, exactly,
Um,
exactly.
so thank you again, Zook. This has been so much fun. We had some really, um, really we did Houdini. We did. We had some really good conversations about Zed news, the state of Zed, what's going on. I loved that. I thought that was also great value for this season. Would you be interested? I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Would you be interested in at least partially returning for season 4? I've got some ideas I'm bouncing around, and if my
Yeah,
current idea comes through, would love to have you on as a guest for a few episodes.
of course. Yeah, no, it works perfectly. Where I'm doing my thing anyway, so those days I would do the same thing, just hop over and raid. So yeah, I'm 100% committed on Mondays. To if you stick to it on Mondays and it's at the same time, whenever you need me for a guest next season, I could definitely pop on as long as you let me know. So on the
Sounds
spot,
good.
and my answer is 100% in, my friend.
All right, let's do it next season. So Tyus, when is the next season? I'll probably take a week or two off. Might just do a standard Zed stream next Monday. But yeah, right now, season 4 is tentatively titled The Grind. And it will be a true 0 to hero. Um, so we'll that's all I'm gonna say about it right now.
I like that. I like that. I like that. The
Yeah.
grind. I like that.
So thank you all for tuning in. Zook, anything else you want to close with tonight?
No, like you said, it was a lot of fun. I'm happy. Like I'm excited for next season. Whenever I'm a guest and whatever's going on with the grind, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. I've seen the first 2 seasons. This was the third season. Um, Zero to Hero. The theme of it's very good, and what it's about is a very much needed piece of content in in this game. And the cool thing about it is because it's seasons and because how fast we know like the game changes, like what people discuss, what you discuss with your guest, who was me this season, could be very different from like what you discuss with your guest in season 6 because what's happening, 30 weeks from now could be like astronomically different. So similarly
100%.
to a sports show, like each year in the NFL shows can talk about new things, baseball, whatever the show is, they can talk about new things. The fact that you do like the 10-week seasons and Zed is constantly changing because it's in beta and growing and testing new things really works well from a content side of things where it doesn't ever really seem to become stale. Definitely hasn't in the first 3. So I think a lot of people will now be excited for season 4. The grind sounds fun. If you learned anything from this season, it's look, I put together Phantom Pacer and Ambassador, and I got a horse that we really can't race. There's no science to this game. I equate it to like the NFL draft. You can do your research. You can put a bunch of stats in front of me. You compare people to other people. You can make estimations. At the end of the day, there's always going to be first picks that are busts, and there's always going to be people in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round that make it. But over the course of time, more first overall picks are going to hit than picks from the 4th round. But never, ever, ever consider anything a perfect science. So I say that with if you come to theories or you adopt other people's theories, Don't get dissuaded based off, the first few times you try it. Sample size is a true thing in this space, and sometimes the grind is slow and steady. And play out and test philosophies, because I've had a lot of things that have started off poorly, but then I just kept my head down and kept going. And over a longer sample size, what you thought was supposed to happen with the horse you created actually does become created. So stick to it. Breeding 2.0 is real. If you put in inputs and you look for something to come out of it, a lot of times it does. So just keep testing, keep trying different combinations. No one has tried everything, no one knows everything. So never feel like if you're trying something that no one has done before, that it hasn't been done because it's wrong. It may have just not been tested before. So just keep on keeping on, keep on smashing horses that you think should go together. And I think we will see that over the long haul, you're going to get more times than not what you think you should, which is an exciting thing, and is something that is super important to have if you want to have a game where people stick around. They have to, put stuff together where more often than not, they're somewhat in the realm of what they're expecting to get, or else, they're going to do the throw the controller thing that you do at video games. So, yeah, leave it at that. Just the grind for next season is kind of not only a theme for next season, but just a theme with where Zed is in general, where whether it's breeding, whether it's racing, whether it's whatever you're doing, just stick to it. And I think you'll get to where you want to go.
I love it. I love it. I loved your draft analogy on breeding.
Yeah.
I think that's spot on. That's beautiful. I'm totally going to take that from you. That's
Please.
very, very well said.
I just thought
Very
of it,
well
so
said.
thank you. No, but it's true. Yeah, it's just not it's not a perfect science. You can do all the research, and that's what sucks about the game, but it's also what's beautiful about the game. Like you put two Z1s together, it shouldn't create a killer every time, or else the game sucks. So yeah, fourth round variance.
I love it. I love it.
But no, yeah, I think this series shows you at the minimum it's a very, very interesting and polarizing game. So that's one thing that it definitely has in its favor. Whether it becomes famous or infamous, that's a question that we're all, around to hopefully going to stick around to figure out. But definitely polarizing and definitely exciting. So that's one thing we have working for us is people that like to talk about the game. So no, it was fun. I appreciate you asking me to come on next season. But yeah, definite 100% yes to Monday nights. Whenever you need me, I'm around.
Very cool. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that a lot. Definitely check Zook out on Twitter, Pony Plug, Knights of Degen. I know you stream with them a lot. Another great community. And yeah, you can find me back here. I'll be back next Monday. And then I'll be traveling actually soon after. So probably about 2-3 weeks before season 4 starts up. Looking at mid-August right now. Thank you all for tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I appreciate you all. Zook, it's been real. Thank you.
Peace out, brother. I will see you in a few weeks. Take it easy.
See ya.